Assalamu alaikum. With you, Islam Anwar. Welcome with Resala, the fastest way to learn and speak the Arabic language. In our previous videos, we have looked at the sign of the S. Now we are going to continue and look at some signs that tell us the word is a verb. If you remember from here, the verb is something happen in a time. We can find from the Ajeroomiah three signs that tell us the word in front of us it is a verb. We can recognize the verb using this sign, and these signs are the enter of qad, the enter of السين وسوف, and التأنيث. Here in this video we will add and explain another signs that tell us the word in front of us it is a verb by نون التأكيد. Let's go with the first sign we have. The enter of the letter qad. When we covered the verb, we mentioned that the verb can be a past or present or command. And the particle qad come before the past tense verb and the present tense. It doesn't come with the command. Qad and the past tense. When qad comes before the past tense verb, it can give two meanings. The first meaning is verification that something has happened, and the second meaning is something's about to happen. Some example of using قد to confirm that something was happened. قوله تعالى قد بينا الآيات لقوم يوقنون قد أفلح المؤمنون قد حضر زيد. Some examples of using قد to show that something's about to happen. قد قامت الصلاة قد غربت الشمس. قد and the present verb. Just as with the past tense, when قد comes before the present tense, the verb it can give two meanings. The first one, that something happens rarely. The second one, that something expecting to happen. Some example of when قد is using to show that something happens rarely. قد يصدق الكذوب قد يجود البخيل قد ينجح البليد. Some examples using قد to show that something expecting to happen. قد يأتي محمد قد يدق الباب. Now we are going to talk about the second sign that tell us that word in front of us is a verb, the particle seen or the letter seen and سوف. They only come with the present verb alone, and they mean the future, except that the letter seen is less into the future than سوف. Some example of seen قال تعالى سيقول السفهاء من الناس سيقول لك المخلفون. In each of this example, we see the word يقول. He says had the letter seen before it, but them together become سيقول, and the meaning now it's become he will say. Something will happen in the future. Some example of سوف قال تعالى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى سوف يؤتيهم أجورهم. The third sign that tells us the word in front of us is a verb, the non-vowel ta, used for feminine. So, what I mean by the non-vowel ta? Okay, let's make a quick review about that. As we know, the Arabic letters part to two types, the vowel letters and the non-vowel letters. We have in Arabic three vowels, the fatha, dhamma, and kasra. Let's make the letter ba example for that. The fatha, it is a sign, we draw it on the top of the letter, small line. This fatha make the letter ba sound like that. Go up with your voice and make it like ba, ba. The kasra, a small line, we draw it on the bottom of the letter, and if we put it on the letter ba, it make the sound of it like that. B, B. And the last vowel we have, it is a dhamma. It is a small vowel we draw it on the top and it gets the sound of this letter like that. Boo, boo.
It look like something dynamic, have a movement, go with your voice.
And that is a 3 vowel. It's working with all the letter like that.
In another hand, we have something static, non-vowel. Your voice will be frozen in somewhere point.
We called it in Arabic sukun, the letter with sukun. And sukun sign is a small circle, we draw it on the top of the letter. And when we pronunciate it, we will hold our voice and let it frozen. So the letter bat will go like that. Up, up. So when we say the ta sakina, we mean that this is ta have sukun, the small circle that we're talking about it.
And this ta comes at the end of some past tense verbs. And it used to show that the noun attached to the action is a feminine. This noun can be the doer, the subject, such as in this example we have قالت فاطمة. The word قال means he said. To feminize it, we add a non-vowel ta to make it قالت.
And for sure, you have to take this note. All nouns in Arabic are either masculine or feminine, even while living objects.
Now we are going to talk about the fourth and the last sign that tell us the word in front of us is a verb. نون التأكيد, the noun of emphasis. This noun coined for emphasis of a command present tense verb when there is the meaning of seeking as opposite to the word قد for emphasis of the past tense. This noun permissible to enter upon the command verb, verb of probation, interrogation, verbs of hope, and exhibition due to the meaning of seeking found in each of them, as in the example we have now.
اكتبن لا تكتبن هل تكتبن ليت تكتبن ألا تكتبن.
In this point, we have now some question to review. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and like this video to help us to continue. Thank you for now and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.